Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Summertime brings many benefits, and with it, the August congressional recess, which gives us a chance to sit down and talk with the senior senator from Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren. Senator Warren, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Good to have you here. We're going to talk a little bit about the state and national economy and some local issues that I know you've been involved with on the federal level. But first, inquiring minds want to know, what goes through your mind when Donald Trump refers to you as Pocahontas?
You know, I want to say to him, do you really think this is going to work? I mean, let's face it, Donald Trump is a thin-skinned, racist bully, and that's what bullies do. He thinks somehow if he calls me names that I'm going to shut up. And I think he's got plenty of evidence now. That's just not going to happen, because that's the way you got to deal with bullies. You just stand up and punch back.
Were you surprised to see that whole theme from the brown race resurface?
You know, Donald Trump is out there on so many fronts, stirring up as much hate as he can, stirring up as much separation as he can. So, you know, I got to say, it kind of fits with who Donald Trump has been from the very beginning.
If Hillary Clinton wins, is there any chance you might join the administration?
God, I can't imagine it. I mean, come on, John, look at the job I've got right now. It's not only a great honor to be sent to Washington by the people of Massachusetts, but it's also, frankly, a great opportunity to get out there and fight to try to level the playing field, to really mix it up and try to move things in a little better direction.
But, you know, for instance, as a senator, you were at one point successful in stopping the nomination of, I believe, a deputy Treasury Secretary. Right. As the Secretary of the Treasury, couldn't you wield more clout?
You know, look, you always want to say, because for me, I got to politics very, very late in life. And so it was always about, where can I make the biggest difference? Where can I be the most helpful? But right now, man, I think that's from this Senate seat, because I get to reach across a whole lot of agencies to try to help move them in the right direction, as well as be right there in Congress mixing it up on the statutes that get passed or that get blocked.
You aren't frustrated?
Look, of course I'm frustrated. I mean, can we just start by saying something about Zika? Here is this growing health crisis, a threat to all of our families. The President of the United States said months and months and months ago, we need $1.9 billion to be able to deal with both the research and our public health so they can deal with the mosquitoes. The Republicans say no, no, no. I got to tell you, right now, this very day, we should not be out on recess, which the Republicans have called. We should be back in Washington passing laws to respond to the Zika virus. This is a problem that affects all our families. It is an emergency, and the Republicans are wrong not to have us in session doing our jobs.
All right, I've got to take a break, but before we do, I know this may come as a shock to you, but you are up for re-election in 2 years from this fall.
I've heard.
Are you 100% sure you're going to seek re-election?
You know, come on. This is not the place to announce a re-election bid, but I will tell you this. God, I love this job. And I'm learning every day how to use it more effectively.
By the way, you're mistaken. This is the place to announce a re-election bid, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
We'll take a short break, and we'll continue our conversation with Senator Elizabeth Warren in a moment. Please stay with us. Welcome back to our conversation with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Senator, the second quarter economic numbers were kind of dismal nationally, and even though Massachusetts is doing better than the nation as a whole, there's a lot of concern here about the impact of events in Europe and the Middle East. So much of our economy relies on exports and so forth. For you, what is the key to increasing growth and job creation over the next year or so?
I look at this two parts. One is to make sure Donald Trump does not become president of the United States. I mean, this is what all of the economic forecasters are saying. The man is truly a threat, and he's not just a threat with his crazy, you know, we're going to build a wall between here and Mexico, but truly destabilizing the entire world, and that's bad for business. That's bad for the economy. But the other part of it is, we really have to think about, I think, better about the role of the federal government in helping promote this economy. The way I see it, we've got a Washington right now that's working for those at the top, and it shows up in the fact that we've got giant multinational corporations holding lots of money overseas rather than investing it here at home. We've got giant multinational corporations that exploit tax loopholes, so they're paying very little to keep this country running. And when we do that, that means we can't make the investments here at home in education, in infrastructure, and that has two implications. It means our kids are not getting smarter. They're not, it's harder to go through school. They get laden with debt. But the other half is infrastructure is a good example. If we were putting more money right now into infrastructure, A, we'd be creating a lot of good jobs, and that means more people with more money to spend. But B, we'd be making America a better place to grow your businesses, a better place to come in and create those jobs. I just feel like right now, we let the guys at the top not just influence policy too much, but they influence it in directions that ultimately aren't good for any of us.
Going back to the stimulus package of '09, hasn't the Obama administration been doing that?
Well, that's the problem. They really got choked on that and didn't do nearly enough. It's one of the reasons that the Fed right now keeps interest rates so low, because they are like the only tool in the toolbox that's functional to try to keep this economy moving forward.
Okay, I want to slip in one other topic that I know is a lot of local interest here. You and 3 other members of our delegation last month wrote to the National Academy of Sciences asking for a study of the impact, the health effects of traffic noise and pollution from Logan Airport.
Yep.
The flight patterns were rearranged. Folks in the Milton area, South Shore, have been going out of their minds from the traffic noise. And we've also talked in the past about your efforts to make the FAA more accountable to those complaints. What's the status of that, briefly?
So the status right now is that we have given a hard shove, and we're waiting for the agency to do its response. We also are following up with quiet phone calls on this. But, this is one more reminder, because we watch it in lots of areas. We watch it with the pipeline, for example. Our federal agencies don't work for the industry. They're supposed to work for the American people. And so the first question, not the last question, the first question should be, if you're going to start rearranging all those flight patterns, it's not how does that help the profitability of a giant airline, it's what does that do to the people who live on the ground underneath it. So this is both an issue in the particular, but it's an issue in general about trying to get these federal agencies more responsive to the people they work for.
Is the FAA being responsive so far, or would you characterize them as unresponsive?
I would characterize it as right now the ball is in the air, and we'll see where it comes down. But we're on them.
We're going to follow up with you on that, because a lot of people fill my inbox with complaints about that. Good to see you, Senator.
Good to see you.
Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Take care.
Senator Elizabeth Warren. That's it for me. Now, back to my colleagues for more WBZ News.